evening, you guys. Today we're going to talk about finding a book that's good for you. A book that's not too easy, not too hard, but just right. What does that sound like? What story does that sound like? Not too easy, not too hard, but just right.
Ooh.
What story, Alicia?
Goldilocks.
Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So, when we are choosing our books, we can think of the story Goldilocks and the Three Bears. We can think of Mama Bear's books being too easy. We can think of Papa Bear's books being too hard. And Baby Bear's books are just right. How do you select a book when you go to the library? Just any kind of book. How do you select it? Do you choose from the design of the cover or the section it's in?
Pictures.
You choose by the pictures?
Yeah, I like pictures too.
If you can't read, what is your all the words in the book? What's your plan to make sure you can read the book? Do you need to ask for help, or do you need to choose an easier book, or a little of both?
Easy book.
Easy book, or ask for help, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I want you to do is look through our big pile of books here from the classroom library and the library in town, and pick one just by the cover that you think looks fun. And we are going to go through our steps to find out if this book is too easy, too hard, or just right.
Okay. Wait, what's that? What's that? Is that Jenny B. Johnson? Okay, that's one.
Okay, so our first thing we need to do is talk about our story. So let's open our books and just scan through. Is this book short?
No.
It's
Now,
shorter than his.
shorter than his, okay.
Yes.
So, question, short is one of our vocabulary words. What does short mean?
Not long.
Not long.
Not
So there's
long.
not a lot of, right? So in this, when we're talking about being a short book, we're talking about not a lot of pages, right? Is the print big or is it small? So this book, you can see, has really small print compared
this
to,
is big print.
or at least, or this book
Oh, okay.
has big print.
Oh.
Do you see the difference?
Okay, yes.
Yep, this book would be really probably hard, but this book might be a little too easy. Next, have we read this book before?
No.
No.
Because if we've already read it, that might make the book easy for us. If you turn to one of the pages, do you know all the words on that page? Or is there some words that we might need to look through?
There are some hard ones.
There's hard words.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's some hard words.
Okay. Are you an expert at this topic, or is this maybe something you might want to learn more about?
I want to learn more about this.
I want to learn how to blast off too.
Perfect. Okay, so let's go. We've figured out that they might not be too easy, but let's see if they're too hard for us, okay? Is this book long? Now, we said short was a few pages, but what do we think long means?
This book.
That book, it has
Long
lots of
pages.
pages.
But this has I feel like this has a lot of pages.
It does. And
there's a lot of words on the pages.
There's lots of words. Question, are there a lot of pictures or are there not a lot? Alicia's has big pictures.
This has a lot of pictures.
Gavin's has big pictures, good. Because this book, it has little pictures, not really big. Now, here's another word we're going to learn, decode. So, are there a lot of words that we might need to decode or sound out to figure out? If we look at a page and we need to decode a lot of those words, this book is probably a little too hard for us. Okay? Now, another thing to look at is if you don't know a lot about this topic, it's going to be harder for you to be able to decode what the words mean, right? So do we know a little bit about this topic that maybe we can make it through the book?
Maybe.
I think that I can use my imagination and think of what the words are.
Might be. That's a great thing. Now, if we do get stuck on a word, is there someone here that can help us with that?
Yes.
We could ask each other, or we could ask me. So let's see if this book is a baby bear book, a just right book. Does this book look interesting? Oh wait, that's another vocabulary word. Interesting. Interesting means that you're excited to learn about it. Okay? So do these books look interesting?
Yes.
Okay. When you look at that page, do you think you can decode or sound out most of the words on that page?
Yes.
Yeah. Another way to figure out if this is a just right book is this might be a book that Mrs. Hampton has read and you thought it sounded really cool and you wanted to read it yourself. So you've already got a good understanding of what the book might be about and can help you through this. And of course, there is someone there to help you decode those words that you're not quite sure about. Is this a topic that you know just a little about? Right?
Yes.
You know about animals and you know a little bit about outer space and rockets. Perfect. So, by going through this plan, do you think you can devise a way to pick out a book when you go to the library? Yeah?
Yes.
You can work through an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you were just to grab a book and open it randomly to a page, do you think you can look at this one page and judge if this book is too easy, too hard, or just right? Just by one page? Probably. Because this one would fall under the too easy for us, right? Because there's not a lot of words and there's lots of pictures. Right? Now, after flipping through a bunch of pages, do you think you can conclude if you're going to like this book? That one might be a little too hard. You'd have to read the story to understand if you like it or if it interests you and is an interesting book to read. So, if I were to let you go and just look through the library, what is one thing that you can do by using the Goldilocks and the Three Bears measurements to pick a book that's just right for you? Can you tell me one thing?
I would definitely look through the pages and see if it was interesting or obviously if it's too easy, and make sure it's not too hard.
Right. What about you?
To see if I could read most of the words.
Read most of the words, right. And even if we can't read all the words, we can use, what was our vocab word that we could use?
Decode.
Decode. We could decode the word, which is just a fancy way of saying, sounding out the letters, right? Now, another fun thing to do with our books is when we open it up and we look for our sight words. So in this page, this whole sentence is all sight words. So that would make it a really good thing to go in between too easy and just right, depending on how many sight words we know. But she and I play are all sight words that we have learned in class. So this book would be just right because you guys would know how to read every single word on this page. You might have to decode and sound out A's, stays, right? So this book would be a good book for our kindergarten level of reading, just focused on using the Goldilocks and the Three Bears process. If you chose a book from the library and I wasn't quite sure it was right for you, how could you justify the book that you chose? How could you prove to me that this book is a just right book for me? Could you maybe read me a little word?
I
Good
could
job,
read you
Alicia.
some
You
words.
might be able to read me a page or show me that the words are words that we can work through. Well, I think you guys have learned how to use the Goldilocks and the Three Bears strategy of choosing a book just right for you guys. Thank you.